sneezing and like your eyes are all screwed up. I think you got like a moldy room or something. Like no shit. I think it's the Buffalo Wild Wings that I ordered last night. I got the cauliflower wings with lemon pepper dry seasoning on them, and I like it was dusty and it like got up in my nose and it's like tickling my nose.
All right,
Good
guys.
God, I would have just went with mold before I said food.
Howdy.
This isn't Applebee's.
We have got an impromptu stream. I was just sitting here waiting to see what was going to happen, and we have
I'm allergic to
a
potatoes,
special
so
weather
don't get ready
statement
to eat a
storm
potato
coming in
with my
from the
mashed potatoes.
southwest that's rated for
I
40
don't
mile
think
per
you're
hour
very gonna
winds
like the
and
story about this
some
place in
hail, small
Applebee's.
hail. There's also potential for some
I don't think so.
flood warnings to come out, so I figured out what the heck, instead of
It's
not
from like
streaming
the
at all
city of
today, we could just, fire up an impromptu stream here and see what we can do. There's already some small areas of standing water on the road here just from some little showers. It doesn't take much to get some flooding down in this area because it's so flat.
Get to read. Man, there's a really nice little cloud movement. Very interesting. You should be able to see it. I'm about even moving it on the interstate.
Yeah, so here we are. I really don't expect much, but I figured, hey, what the heck, we'll go live just for the fun of it. I don't have the roof cam hooked up or anything. We're just going front cam only unless there's something spectacular all of a sudden. It's like, oh my gosh, we need the roof cam for it. In that case, we'll get that hooked up. But oh look, lightning. See, we're already doing good.
Say this guy power is not very good, but you get the same amount of power from each tire.
Just to make it sound official, I guess
This
we'll
tire, that's gonna drive me nuts. Either it's
find the weather radio.
gonna be 37 or 30 today, 36. It's all different weather. It's gonna drive me crazy. This right up the street, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Southeast at 4.
There we go.
6-foot wind 4.
Honestly,
New
I don't
home
know what the
59.
fuck it is, but
Wind east at 13.
it's driving me
6-foot
nuts.
wind 8. With precipitation. 24-hour
Oh, this is a nice
precipitation
little place.
300.
Nice little
59 at
Texas
Tahoka.
drive.
Wind east at 10. 6-foot wind 6.
Oh my God, we're chasing this
With
thing.
precipitation.
Night sky radar.
Low level inversion
Is
1
this the
degree.
street we're going on?
24-hour precipitation 200.
I'm going over
Midland
here.
Allen
This is
Henry
across the street.
64. Wind east at 10. And now, notable magnetic rainfall accumulations in the past 24 hours. Camp Lakuta.
So it looks, radar looks like a turd right now, but
2.2.
it's basically stream this turd of a storm or not stream at all today. So I figured, let's do it.
1.65. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity.
There's supposed to be the potential, nothing crazy today. There's the chance for some storms down by Fort Stockton, and I was originally planning on going for that. But if we don't, if we go for that, it'll be a real pain to get into place for tomorrow, which is Eastern Colorado. And I like tomorrow's setup a lot more than today, so I decided not to go down to Fort Stockton. I'm just gonna stay in this area, and looks like we may get something small here, so why not? Yeah, I think the main threat of anything here would be the potential for some minor urban flooding. Because it really doesn't take much out here, and there's already some training thunderstorms going on, and south of here they've got some flood warnings, so. Hey, this might actually be kind of pretty. We might actually get a kind of cool looking base over here on the right side.
I mean, I ran it too. When he finally started to go, I mean, he had the whole intersection blocked. So I was like, screw this. I'm not sitting through a third red light because you're an idiot. And I went around.
Yeah, I don't expect this to be a long stream.
Well, I guess I'm just going to go sit on the west side of town and point my camera that way at this hail pour. Exactly what I'm doing. I've got that Meyer, whatever it is in the GPS. I'm halfway between Lubbock and there. Just, yeah. Well, when you said I'm getting on the way to the hill core, I'm like, oh boy, it better be it must be a big one. Made you look though, didn't I? Wish I wouldn't have. Sitting at the Circle K earlier, and it started like very light raining, but it sounded weird, and I like looked at 8, and I was like, is that hail? And sure enough, it was like smaller than pea-sized hail bouncing across the parking lot. It was barely raining. It was funny. I'll tell you what, I think that hotel we talked about is going to be what I booked, because I'm probably only going to give this a half-hour tops, otherwise we're going to run into another one of those deals where we get to the hotel at 1 o'clock in the morning again. And then I don't get anything done, and then I have to complain about it all day the next day.
Yep.
Well, we talked about 4. The one that starts with a D or the one that starts with a G? I don't know. Your biggest problem is that you just assume that I remember things and that I actually know what I'm doing. Neither of those are true.
Nice.
Well, I mean, when you say things like, hey, I'm going to do what we talked about earlier, I automatically assume that you remembered what we talked about earlier.
That's a fair point, Zach.
But I guess we just have to cut the waste. Oh, wow, this is a pretty cloud. Look at that. Totally worth a 4-hour drive down here. I pulled the computer up and rescheduled my stream for tomorrow, retitled it and everything.
I have no idea if that was actually a
The
turn
wide
lane.
angle on the roof is actually not terrible looking.
Like, see? Look at this. We've got something to look at.
We just had one CG. That makes like the second one.
Oh crap, this is definitely not the road I thought it was. Hold on. But heck, while we're here, I guess I'll step out and get a picture. This might be the only thing we see that's potentially worth a picture today. Yeah, this is definitely not the road that I thought it was. But yeah, see, you never know what you're gonna find even on these very low end days.
I can't find a staking spot to pull over on these dang frontage roads out here. It is so frustrating. Might just have to stop and get in the lane of travel. Maybe someone can tweet about that. I don't remember there being windmills this close to town last year when we were out here during the morning tornado. I wonder if those are new.
Lightning. This is the road I thought it was.
Does it smell like Dodge City up there too? Nope, not where I'm at. I had to get back in the car. It absolutely smells like wet cow feet.
Like, I am happy with this storm. This is more than I thought I would see today. So I guess we'll drive down a little bit into the storm here because we're gonna lose it anyway, pretty much. Because there's no way we'll be able to stay in front of this, I don't think. Because of Lubbock traffic and such. So we'll go down in here and see what rainfall rates are like. Yep, just like that, we encountered a little bit of urban flooding, and it's barely even rained here yet. That's kind of what I was expecting. Tumbleweed in the road. I got some pretty good rainfall rates through here.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Other than that western Kansas area, there's nothing there. Right. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. That's that one and Guyman are the only really two that I focused on. Amarillo was through the roof, price wise, like $200 plus. Well, do you want dumbass or Guyman? No, I guess dumbass would be a good deal of preference. I really don't care. We can do dumbass. It's, I mean, it's closer. It's fine. I don't want dumbass. Yeah, I should tell what.
Oh, here's some hail.
Just kick.
Small hail, but we got hail. We're also getting standing water along the curbs here that's, well, looks like it's about 2.5 inches deep right along the edge here. Oh, hey there, Amar. Yep, here we go. We got some flooding already. Nothing major, but that was my main concern with these storms, or these thunderstorms going over. Because it really does not take much to get some urban flooding out here.
Thursday night, mostly cloudy. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms until midnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of
Yeah, welcome to everyone who's joining in. We're gonna go like right down the middle of the road for now because there's no oncoming vehicles. And the sides of the road are where the water is pooling at the moment. That was some good thunder. Yeah, this is some pretty heavy rain. And as I say that, the rain increases even more. Okay, we're gonna go east a little bit here. This looks flooded out. A little bit. We'll go east just a little bit and then north a little bit and see what we can find. say it was probably about a quarter mile off to my right. Rain is lightening up a little bit now, so I can actually hear myself talk a little bit. Well, welcome watching from the UK. Got a couple people that watch from over there that I know of. I think at this stop sign we might turn left. Actually, how much further is that other road? Now we'll go up here another 2 miles. We'll just get on to 84. Yeah, this is probably going to be a nice short little stream. I don't know, I might turn this into a driving stream afterwards and just get some miles behind us to get in position for tomorrow, but we'll start out by sticking with the storm for a little bit. And by storm, I mean blob of rain. A thunder shower. There we go. We'll call it that. It never hurts to browse around and watch some couple channels. It's always fun to see what different people do and how they do it, and where they are and what they're seeing. Can't fault anyone for that. get onto 84 here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I totally thought that was Vince for a second, but nope. Oh, the ramp is closed. You can't get onto 84 right here? Come on. Okay, I guess we'll just use the next ramp, like the sign says. Where is the next ramp? Oh. Didn't know if that trooper was actually turning left or if he was making a U-turn, so I had to wait for him. Here's the next ramp. Alright, we're good now. So, that was kind of fun. Looks like we'll get into a little bit more of the rain up here. We'll keep the stream going as we drive north here to reposition for tomorrow, because there's kind of some storms all along west of here moving northeast, so. So, you guys want to hear about the hotel incident from last night? That was something. So I get to the motel last night, and I get my room. I walk in to check in, and it definitely doesn't look like the nicest motel in the world, but, you know, can't be too picky sometimes. I get my key to go up to my room. I go up there and I'm like, okay. I look around the main part of the room and I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty decent. The only thing that I could find that was like not up to par, I guess, was one of the light bulbs was burnt out, but who cares? There's plenty of lamps. And then I walk into the bathroom and I'm like, oh dear. So the trash bin has no garbage bag in it, and there's like stuff stuck to the bottom of the garbage container, and it looks absolutely nasty. The towel holder that all the fresh, clean towels are on is full of dust and debris and stuff, so it's like, how are these towels clean if they're sitting on this? And then I look up, there's a sprinkler head in the bathroom, and I don't know what happened to it, but it looked like it had somehow gotten damaged and they repaired it. So like the drywall around there was attempted to be patched. There were like drywall screw heads sticking down and just like random drywall mud and plaster everywhere. And then above the shower, there must have been water damage from the shower above, on the floor above, because it was just like a bubble that was like 8 inches across and like it sagged down like 2 inches from the ceiling. And I was like, I really hope that does not collapse on me as I'm trying to take a shower. It was like, no. And then this morning I go down for breakfast, eat breakfast. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest breakfast ever. Come back up to the room about 10:20. Housekeeping.
Green banana.
Thanks, Zach. Housekeeping at 10:40 in the morning, and checkout. No, not 10:40. 10:20, and checkout is at noon. I'm like, I have the do not disturb placard on the door, and they start opening the door, and I'm like, whoa, and then they're like, oh, and then they close the door and walk away, and it's like, okay, that's like not ideal. And then I'm getting stuff together on my computer. I'm getting some work done this morning. And here we go, 11:05. housekeeping. It's like, and I'm like, yeah. They're like, are you checking out today? And I'm like, sure am. And they're like, well, checkout's at 11. And it's like, no, it's not. Checkout is at noon. It said it on the inside of, it said it on the placard on the door in the motel room. It said it in my confirmation email and on the Hilton app. I'm like, checkout is not 11, it's noon. But I'm like, whatever. I don't have time for that, because I didn't have time for them interrupting what I was doing and all that stuff. So I get all my stuff packed together and I go to the front desk to check out. Now it's like 11:10. I walk up to the desk and she's like, "You checking out?" And I'm like, "Apparently." And then she goes, "What? Like, did your company cut your stay short or something?" I was like, "No. Housekeeping came banging on my door saying that checkout was at 11, but everything said that it's noon." She's like, "Oh no, it's definitely 11." I'm like, and then that's when I was like, "No, not gonna have this be on me for a late checkout." So I was like, "No, it says in my confirmation email, on the app, and on the door that checkout is at noon." She's like, "No, it's 11." I'm like, that's a bunch of crap. That's basically what I said. And then she got all snotty with me and basically just told me to get lost, basically. And that left a really bad taste in my mouth from that whole experience. So I got out to the vehicle by about 11:15, and at 11:15 I was on the phone with Hilton support, and I explained how nasty the room was. I had video of it. They didn't even need to see the video. I described how nasty the room was, how rude the person at the front desk was, and how unhelpful they were, because I didn't even get to explain any of the issues that I was having with the room. And they were like, "Okay, let me transfer you to the correct person." They transferred me to like guest services or whatever. And they're like typing down all these notes, and they're like, "Is there anything else?" And I just kept explaining, and they just kept typing, and they were like, oh my god, they were in absolute shock of how bad it was. They were like, "Yeah, we will get a management person to reach out to the hotel," and then they basically refunded me for most of last night in Hilton points, which was good on them for sure, because I was very displeased with what happened. It was, when you pay for a hotel room, you expect to not be, in something that looks like a dump and feels like a dump. Yeah, the person that I talked to at Hilton support was like, originally they were like, "Well, did you talk to the front desk about these issues with the room?" And then I explained how the person at the front desk was acting, and they're like, "Oh." Oh, so that's why you're calling us instead of just getting transferred to the front desk. So, yeah, that was the hotel experience that I had last night. This person is just hanging in my blind spot, and it's getting annoying. Like, either pass or back off so I can pass this vehicle in front of us. There we go. Oh, I have not left a review yet. I will. Oh, and in addition, the person at the front desk, when I had said, no, it was a noon checkout, like I was in the middle of something and they came banging on the door saying that I was late for checkout. She was like, "Well, we could have given you a late checkout if you had asked." She said it in a super snotty voice. And I was like, I very calmly said, I didn't think I needed to ask for a late checkout, because I was going to be out by noon when checkout said that it was at noon. Why would I have asked for a late checkout if I'm going to be out before the checkout time that's listed. And it was like, oh my gosh. So overall, a no bueno experience. Oh look, a pretty cloud up ahead. But yeah, that's definitely on my blacklist of not to go to motels. But word for word, what I had said was when she had told me that, no, checkout is at 11. And I was like, it says both in my confirmation email and the Hilton app that checkout is at noon. She's like, no, it's at 11. And I flat out just said, well, that's stupid. And she was not happy with that. But it's like, what else would you use to describe it? Oh, well, that's really unfortunate. It's like, no, that's stupid. And when I had called Hilton support, they confirmed, yep, checkout should have been noon. If they had changed anything to make it checkout at 11, they had never changed anything in the electronic system or anything like that. So it's like, huh, interesting. And when I checked in last night, they never gave me a piece of paper or anything that said, checkout's at this time. Typically on like the inside of your key card holder or something, it has like checkout date and time. Nope, just had my room number and the key. It's like, okay. So I was going off the information I had. I am a very reasonable person when it comes to that stuff. Like, I wasn't even going to make a big deal about how dirty the room was. Like, I was going to mention it to the front desk and then be like, is there anything you can do to, like, I don't know, some Hilton points or something. Then when they were uncooperative, everything, I was like, nope, we're going for the full thing here. So I'm glad that I didn't let that slide, because the next person that stays there, I want them to have a better experience than I did, because there's no reason for that. about to get onto I-27 here and head north to get ready to where we have to be tomorrow. I am happy to say that the ceiling indeed did not fall on me during my shower. So that was a plus. I am really looking forward to tomorrow's chase. I've not chased Eastern Colorado yet, but that's definitely something on my list of things that I've wanted to do. And I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as the environment. I think we'll get some really pretty storms out there. Big hail is the main threat, but a tornado or two is possible along with some damaging winds. Couple of cool looking clouds up here again. It looks like we'll encounter some thunderstorms for a good portion of the drive up here originally. Have a little bit of a break here for a couple minutes, and then there'll be more coming in from the west that we can maybe stop and take a peek at on our way north. So, I don't. There might be some, as far as Dallas Fort Worth area. There's not expected to be anything noteworthy as far as storms. I don't know if this is supposed to be rain, but because I haven't paid much attention to that area. But there's not supposed to be any severe thunderstorms forecast. There may or may not be some rain with some rumbles of thunder, but if there is, it's going to be sub-severe stuff. Basically, today the risk is from kind of Lubbock south to south of Fort Stockton. Tomorrow, the risk is eastern Colorado, almost exclusively. And then Friday, the risk is, it's like kind of west central Oklahoma. And after that, it looks like it calms down for a couple days. They're being oddly quiet on the radio, and I don't know why. Wonder if it's because Daniel isn't on the radio yet. Now, we chase all over the place, but we don't like to chase. I mean, we'll chase the DFW area if that's where the risk is, but if we can, we typically like to avoid being just in the metro areas themselves. Like a couple miles around the metro is where we usually like to stay out of, just because of traffic, and traffic is bad enough on its own, and then add in, you know, a storm coming in and people start to panic and people forget how to drive even more, and next thing you know, you're stuck in traffic for an hour and a half and you lose the storms. But yeah, we chase all over the place. But we like to typically take detours around metro areas. Because of the logistics of unknown traffic conditions when you're in a metro area and there's buildings, tall buildings. It's hard to see anything with the storms as they're rolling in because buildings are blocking the view, but yeah. But if, for example, this has happened a couple of times, not necessarily times that I've been chasing, but hypothetically, if there's a large tornado or any tornado going into a metro area, we will definitely continue with it. It's not like, oh, we're just going to ignore that area completely. It's a risk, not a risk reward, it's a benefit versus not benefit, whatever that word is, kind of situation. If there's reason to go into the metro, we will. But if there's not, we'll avoid it, kind of thing. If that makes sense. I hope that answered your question. Right now, there's some thunderstorms west of Plainview right now. Plainview, Texas, that are moving northeast. So it's very possible we might catch up to those on the interstate up by Tulia. But in the meantime, you get to see some of these cool clouds off in the distance. And we've been live for over an hour already. It does not feel like that.
WD-40, WR3, TARD.
WD-40.
WD-40, what are you doing?
Slowly working my way north.
Oh, okay. I'm bored.
Yeah, me too. Currently listening to Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill.
Okay. 30 Skywarn out here to mess with.
I have not seen anybody, and I have not heard anybody scanning GMRS. Not a peep.
I think I'm gonna stop at this brand new Love's that they built up here, and I'm just gonna shoot up there. There's places to eat up there. I'm freaking starving, man. I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna start eating my shoe.
Well, that's not ideal.
I eat my Cheetos already right off from to you.
I would not recommend eating shoes.
Aiden, what are you doing?
Driving north and streaming.
Are you bored too?
A little bit.
Copy.
But I would, in my professional opinion, I would recommend not eating your shoes.
Fair.
I was trying to come up with some sort of clever pun with a shoe brand name, but I couldn't think of anything fast enough. I don't know, it might be kind of sketchy, I don't know. There was an attempt, and the attempt failed, so yeah. It's a chilly morning here. It's only, or not morning, afternoon. It's currently only 58 degrees, and it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon already.
actually a really nice lightning show over here.
That's why we're keeping the stream out, part of the reason.
Hey, did you ask him about a lightning show?
I did not. I didn't hear you ask either.
Yeah, what's up with that? Alright, powering down. Okay, Daniel. Go get a milkshake.
What are we doing here?
Zach, they're all requesting that you go live. But then I can't listen to music.
So in other words, they're tired of watching you? I don't know.
I'm eating Arby's at an Arby's that is known to be absolutely horrible. Way to divert the question. It's the question I was ordering. You said everybody was requesting me to go live, and Aiden said, in other words, everybody's tired of watching you? Yeah, I'm only funny for so long.
Yeah. Understandable. He's only funny for so long. If he's funny at all. Sometimes he is. I don't know.
Good news, the service is good so far.
Well, that's a plus.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you go live using the YouTube app on a phone, we can all three go live together on all of our channels, but it's like a conference call podcast thing. Totally should do that sometime. We really should do that. That would be hilarious. Like if we're driving and stuff. Yeah, I totally agree with that. That would be fun.
I did not know you could do that. That's the first I've ever heard of that feature.
I wonder if Mr. Not Monetized over there would cause ours to not be monetized.
Huh.
I would say it would go off who's ever hosting it. It's like a collab though, so like everybody gets the same stream. So that would be funny because maybe we would make money while you don't. Probably so. Womp womp.
Womp womp indeed.
Hey, that's alright. I've got my request in for monetization. I'm just waiting on the 2 to 3 several business days up to weeks before you do approve it.
I mean, even that view of the clouds is kind of cool on the camera.
That poor weather idiot. Oh my god. I sent him a kind message about taking that crap down and stuff. So now I'm gonna DMCA copyright strike him.
Nice.
What was that? I don't want to say too much over there, but like, you know, he took that for it. That's a truck that just passed me, like flashing his headlights like crazy at me. I wonder if I'm about to run into some flooding.
I'm sorry. Michelle was giving me my food, and she was polite. Eat that again there. Burger 6.
I said this truck that just passed me was flashing his lights like crazy. So I wonder if I'm about to run into some flooding or something.
It's probably a police officer on the side of the road eating his sandwich for lunch.
Well, I ain't gotta worry about the police in this torrential downpour that I'm in. Ain't nobody getting out of their car in this crap.
I told you about that Georgia State cop that totally had the wrong idea about what I was doing, and it was like just a kind of a genuine misunderstanding, and he kind of ate crow. Yeah, he followed me until I got out of the rain shower, and then the second that the rain stopped happening, that's when he pulled me over, and I was like, you were waiting for that, were you? And he's like, no, sir, we pull over in all kinds of weather. And I'm like, no, you don't, because you followed me until it stopped raining and knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, that's funny, because that's absolutely correct.
How's everyone doing today on this? Wow, it's Wednesday. Okay, it is Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week it feels like, but not a Wednesday, that's for sure. Fun little drive. Yeah, so we'll probably start getting a visual on one of those thunderstorms, and
Oh, it absolutely was a cop that he was flashing him out. That sneaky bastard was hiding over the railroad tracks watching the stop sign.
So probably in the next 15 minutes.
Was it state?
No, I'm sure it's this small town heart, because it's a Silverado it's a white unmarked Silverado. Didn't even look like it had a cage in it.
Shoot. I don't think I've seen one out here that does have a cage, unless it's like City PD. Because I think the good old boys just kind of throw you in the back and hope you don't stab anybody.
Throw you up in the front, put you in the passenger seat.
Oh, that's where they put the drug dealers.
Well, it is during the interview, but if I'm going to transport you, I'd rather you be in the passenger seat too, because I can fight you better than if you're behind me.
Never forget that last year when that storm chaser up there by Canada got pulled over. And he takes a picture while he's in the front seat of the state trooper's car, of the state trooper searching his car. I'm just like, buddy, that's not something to brag about. You are suspected of drug trafficking right now. That's why you're sitting in the front of his car.
That is 100% correct, and I can tell you that from experience, because I was on the other end of that train. If I leave you in the passenger seat of the car and search your car, exactly what's going on.
This is a much different.
Well,
This is a much different feel of a drive than when we were coming through here yesterday with the blue skies. At least we have some cool clouds to look at, and I feel like the clouds will get cooler as we get closer to these thunderstorms up here.
look at how you act, and the way that you portray yourself. Like, you act like a crackhead. You probably thought you were a crackhead, and it was probably justified.
I missed who they were referring to.
That's exactly why I keep my circle small out here.
be associated with those people that look and act like they do crack.
Yeah, that is fair. Oh, that license plate is from Massachusetts.
Limit the same as the interstate speed limit, because there's no reason in any other state that y'all wouldn't beat me there by a long shot.
I believe here they call it a minimum speed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's the lower limit. You have to do like 95 to fit in.
Also, the Google GPS speedometer thing is 1 mile per hour off of mine at 75.
Cool story, man. I hope you enjoy your tires.
I hope he enjoys his tires too.
I just hope they last, because they're not Goodyears. Had to downgrade.
Zach got new tires this morning.
Those tires should. That's just the Cooper AT3S. The AT3S is discontinued, but Discount Tire runs the ATP, which is the same thing, but they only make it for Discount Tire. It's the same tire, and that's always been a good tire. You'll probably get 50,000, 60,000 miles out of it, I'm sure.
Well, good. I will say it was a little more expensive than my Goodyear Wranglers, but that's okay.
How much were they?
Alignment and everything, I was out the door $1,225.
I know, isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I was very, very tempted to put like regular road tires on it, like all season tires, because I was gonna be out the door for $500 to $600, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's tempting.
I know. Like, if it only saw like Dixie and gravel roads, it sure as hell could. Honestly, you probably could. It's just that one time you'll be pissed off you didn't.
That's what I was telling Zach this morning.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking.
I was telling him if he had gone with those, whenever he got stuck somewhere, the first time he got stuck somewhere, he would have been like, dang, I wish I had gotten those better tires.
They run flats.
God, no. I didn't even price check a run flat, but I would assume for this truck, run flats would be like $2,000.
I wonder if you could even get them. Like, it's just, I don't know. Poor Daniel. Like, we're making fun of his run flats, and there's not. I don't have a problem with his run flats. It's just, I don't know why. I just run flats. Like, for some reason, to me, that's a joke. Like, it's an inside joke. Like, poor Daniel keeps being the butt end of all of our jokes lately.
Yes, he does. Where is there a tornado warning? West Virginia. Alright, tornado warning in West Virginia. Let's see, how many miles away from us is that? Approximately
Sorry, I was texting. Yeah, but
1,100
no, you're right.
miles.
Poor Daniel.
approximately 1,100 miles away.
What?
I said, no, you're right, Daniel. I hope he gets his computer fixed today.
If he doesn't, we're gonna have to hear the story all over again.
Yes. Yes.
With extra details.
I really hope he gets it fixed too. I mean, it is kind of crappy though. That they can't just give him an answer where he can go meet them for the part. I mean, it's kind of hard to ship stuff when you don't know where you're gonna be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm looking now, and I'm probably going to go home and order a backup iPad just in case this one craps out. I don't want to deal with having to run around and buy an $800 brand new iPad or some shit.
Next time I'm home, I don't know when that is. I'm gonna see if I still have my if I still have an extra spare with an M processor in it. Might even work better for you. Because like I had at one point I had to buy a bunch of iPads for streaming stuff that I never used. So they're all just like floating around.
Oh, fair enough. This one's definitely been better than any other iPad I've had so far.
It's a lot of storage. It's actually kind of a pretty view from the camera with that and the clouds in the background. They just issued a severe thunderstorm watch for like far southwest Texas, like from Big Bend up to Fort Stockton. That's where we would have been today if there wasn't a risk tomorrow, because there was just no way to get down there and reasonably get back up to east central Colorado by mid-afternoon tomorrow. It just wasn't worth it. I don't doubt that there'll be some pretty storms down there today. Heck, we've got a pretty decent view here ourselves with just some rain showers. something about Texas. I told you guys this yesterday as we were streaming. There is something about Texas that even the tiniest little rain showers can have some pretty views. Just something about it out here. And this goes to show it right here.
Burger one to all units, as Daniel would say. Good thing we didn't go to Fort Stockton because that storm is like 2 hours south of there.
Oh, yep, you're right. I see that.
Here's the burn scars again. I mean, I can't complain with that view one bit. I cannot complain one bit. When we get a little closer, I may even consider stopping and getting a picture. I've actually kind of lost the view a little bit that I was looking for the picture. I was hoping to get more of the bright white part of the cloud instead of just the gray. So we'll continue on. I was gonna consider pulling off here and getting a picture. radar, this is like the tiniest little rain shower. Just like a little line of rain, and it's producing a view like this. Love to see it. Sometimes you just gotta get out and see what you can find as you drive around. Because I did not expect to see this today. I didn't even expect to be streaming, but I'm sure glad I am. We're gonna lose the view for the most part as we get underneath the rain shower, but I think we'll see more cool stuff on the next little thunderstorm that's not too far ahead of this one. More of the burn scars over on the right. There's a horse in front of us in that trailer. Lane closed up ahead or just construction? That is the question. Oh, it's this area with the bridge out. Oh, welcome to those hopping over from Vince again. Yeah, I don't know what Vince has got, but man, he's been sneezing, coughing. I don't know. Luckily, in eastern Colorado, there should be plenty of room to keep a space from him. Those of you who are hopping over, you just missed the cool view of like the tiniest little rain shower that had one of the coolest views like 5-10 minutes ago. Probably closer to 5.
The cat now, I found the biggest burn scar I've ever seen. It's as far as I can see in any direction.
Car on the shoulder up here. But if you had looked at radar, you would have had no idea the view that this little rain shower had. I mean, we're driving under it right now. This is the rain shower. But it had like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It was almost like a roll cloud, but not. That went from left to right across most of the sky. Yeah, Zach found a burn scar, he said.
Air through here, like it still smells burnt. That's wild.
Not just wild. Oh, here we go. Not just wild, wildfire.
It's seriously, as far as I can see in any direction, I'm like right in the middle of it. North, south, east, west. It's just black. Like even the asphalt's got burn marks on it.
Oh, I believe it. Oh yeah, you're just southwest of Amarillo. I had seen a fire report there not too long ago. That's recent, within like the past 2-3 days, I think.
Yeah, like this is thousands and thousands and thousands of acres. Like there's even burn marks on the bottom of the windmills.
Dang. That's impressive. Well, thanks, Heather. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I really, truly am. I think we will see. Oh, got someone on the shoulder up here. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if we see the storm of the week, but nothing is going to. It'd be very, very hard to pass that storm that we saw near Goodland a couple days ago.
Alright, I stopped back on the road.
I'll say I would not be surprised if we see the see the prettiest storm of like the past 4 days. I have a really good feeling about tomorrow. I'm liking what I'm seeing, both in location, because that area of eastern Colorado is always pretty. And I'm liking what I'm seeing on the models as far as the atmosphere and the wind profiles of that the storms will be in for the environment. So that makes me not feel as bad about. I mean, I rode off the Fort Stockton area today, but heck, we saw some fairly pretty stuff. It wasn't like anything spectacular, but I saw more than I thought I was going to see today just around Lubbock and driving up here. I don't know. Vince keeps saying it's allergies, but I don't know if I believe him. I saw the motel we stayed at last night, and he sounded pretty good yesterday, and then this morning he's not, so I don't know. Hey Vince, people are coming over in my chat and telling me that you're totally sick, so I should stay away from you.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
You probably have bed sheet herpes. Yeah, that hotel was... Yeah. I would not want someone who has a compromised immune system to stay at that motel, because I don't think it would go well for them. In my totally honest opinion. But the good news is, as I was talking about it at the beginning of the stream, I got most of the cost for the hotel room last night compensated by Hilton. I called their customer support number because the individual at the front desk was extremely unhelpful, unpleasant, and downright rude to express my concerns with both the hotel room itself and the way that people were treated when we were there. I still think it's funny. I had called and I was like explaining all the concerns that I had, and then they were like, alright, is that it? Is there anything else? Because they were typing notes. And then I just kept going with the list of things that just kept going on and on. And when we got to the end of the list, they were like in utter shock, like, oh dear, like, yeah, that's really, really bad. Let's just say when you lay down in bed for the night, you should not... I just got it. Hold on. I just got a click.
I said I just deployed a real zinger on Twitter. You want to hear it?
Send it.
This dumb girl is all over Twitter. She's like, Connor, you're such a piece of trash. You know, I'm not taking sides, but just so you know, almost all departments survey with drones these days, so sometimes the roads are closed for reasons you don't know about. What department, 5 minutes after a tornado goes through, is flying a freaking drone? Are you kidding me? So of course I commented that. I said, in all my years, I have rarely ever seen anyone survey with a drone 10 minutes after a tornado hit. Boom. Gotcha.
I would have put something like, yeah, they definitely have a drone up in the air before they have time to deploy 3 cones around a tree.
God dang, the intelligence of people, man. Like, come on. Like, I hope to God this girl responds with, like, I was being sarcastic. I really hope she's like, I'm sarcastic. I'd be like, okay. God. I have never once seen anybody put up a drone and then fly a drone down the road and then to see if there's something on the road and then close the road because it's on the drone. Like, what?
And it was still absolutely pouring rain and windy, so I don't think that they would be putting up their department expensive drone, if they have one, in that environment.
I feel like I should get paid for this. Like, I feel like I'm the only one using a brain and calling out stupid stuff. Like, I'm seriously, like, I feel like I should get like taxpayer dollars for this or something. Like, I feel like I'm doing a service by like correcting people that are just horribly wrong. Like, just wrong.
So as long as someone else doesn't chime in on the radio real quick, so what I was saying is, after you take a shower for the night, and after you take a shower and lay down in bed for the night, you should not feel dirtier than you were before the shower. Like, that's the feeling I got, and it's like, no. Tell you what, the mattress was extremely comfy, let me tell you. I woke up this morning, looked at the clock, and I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. Like, this is comfy. But, oh well. Like, I was literally nervous to take a shower because I thought the ceiling above the shower was gonna fall on me. That's how bad it was. Because there was water damage, apparently, from the room above me, and the drywall and the paint was in like a basketball-shaped bubble just hanging down from the ceiling. It was like 8 inches wide, and it was literally sagging from the ceiling. The rest of the ceiling about 2 inches. It was like, I was like, oh gosh, I hope that doesn't just like explode and fall on me. Like, no. No, 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 no. I'll share the video I took later. I'll definitely share the video. It's just like a short little 15-second clip. It's like, yikes. Yeah, thanks for joining in, hanging out, watching all the fun stuff. Where are we right now? I think we're a little south of Amarillo. Yeah. We're south of Canyon, Texas right now. Maybe, I don't know, 3 miles or so, we may be able to have a kind of cool view of a little shower slash thunderstorm off to the right. So kind of underneath this little rain shower right now. I don't know, it definitely doesn't look like much on radar, but the other one earlier didn't look like much either, and it had a cool view, so I guess we'll see. As far as a structural issue, it depends. Do you want me to get technical or not? Because before I was out here chasing, I was in college for construction classes and have a degree in construction management. So how in depth do you want me to get with that answer? Alright, so I was on the it was a 3-story hotel. I was on the 2nd floor, so it would have been the 3rd floor is where the leak would have been. And typically with buildings like that, it would be steel stud construction opposed to wood in typical residential structures or like single or 2-story office buildings and such. They usually like to go with steel for those. One of the main reasons is, let me just make sure we're keeping good signal here. And one of the main reasons is because the steel helps provide the same structural integrity while maintaining a higher fire resistance than wood, which is important for buildings such as hotels, because code requires walls to have a certain fire rating, so that it takes so many minutes for a fire to pass from one area of the building to the other to give people time to escape, as opposed to like someone's garage out next to their house or whatever, because it's a commercial building where people are sleeping, so the building code is for a hotel specific commercial building, so it helps provide additional fire rating, and it's a lot of commercial stuff is steel stud. So in that regards, a water leak like that, it didn't look to be a major leak, because it didn't look like it was like dripping down the walls or anything. It seemed like it was isolated to that one area, probably below the shower. So in that regards, I don't think it would cause much of a structural issue for the building as much as a potential health issue, because it was mainly hitting the drywall and causing that to go down, which would be a breeding area for mold and other sorts of bacteria, which could be a health issue. But even if it was wood, it would take time for... Okay, so wood and water is not necessarily bad in itself. Wood and water do not mix well when it's a long duration event, if the wood is not pressure treated. And it allows termites like wet wood. It can eventually decompose if it's exposed to water long enough. It can lose some of its integrity, but in small amounts and for short periods of time, it is not that big of a deal. Like when you see them framing up a house, the stud walls and the roof trusses are exposed to the rain and the elements for days to weeks before the house is actually enclosed. So it's not necessarily a structural integrity issue in itself, but over periods of time, if the water is not properly taken care of, it could lead to structural issues, depending on how the construction is, if that makes sense. So, short term, it would be a mainly health issue with mold growing above the ceiling, spreading down the walls and such. But as far as structural goes, I mean, if there was like a plywood sheathing or a subfloor beneath the shower, I mean, maybe that could cause enough issue for it to like become saturated and start to lose some of its integrity, and worst case, like the person in the shower upstairs like steps in the wrong place and the foot goes through the ceiling. I don't know. But as far as the overall building structural integrity, leaking, likely a leaking drain pipe from a shower, based on what I saw, would not cause significant structural issues to the area. So it's mostly a cosmetic and mold breeding area, as opposed to a physical safety hazard of building integrity. The more you know. Well, welcome. Glad to see a new face over here. Exactly. So more of a mold and cosmetic issue short term if it is not remedied over an extended period of time, or there's other factors in play. It could potentially cause some sort of localized structural issue. Oh, look at that, pretty clouds. Here's one of those burn scars again. Oh, it smells burnt along here. Like you can still smell it in the air. It smells very organic and charred. That was a fun little tangent to talk about. I enjoyed that little conversation. Oh look, here comes Vince. Oh, he definitely thought Vince was a cop. But he was also camping in the left lane, so yeah, he moved over. just a click.
I said you're welcome.
Oh yeah, he definitely thought you were a cop, but he was also camping in the left lane, going below the speed limit.
That's why I flew up on him like that. I'm like, I'm not playing this game. Get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is in that Dodge. Some people, I tell you. How the heck did you get behind me?
I stopped to take a piss.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair reason. And we almost caught up to Zach, too. Man. The crew is back together, and let me check something. Well, there's not too big of a slowdown in Amarillo. I was going to say if there was any even slight traffic slowdown in Amarillo, we would catch right back up with Zach. Easy. But oh yeah, we're only like 3 miles behind Zach now. Because he was off on those state highways, farm roads for a little bit before he made it over to the interstate. Lovely construction again. New traffic pattern ahead. Well, it's all new to me because I haven't been through here yet. Road work next 10 miles. Okay, that's not too bad. Could be worse. Tell you what, it makes these drives go a lot faster. Good gracious, rumble strips right down the middle of the lane. These drives go a lot faster when I'm streaming. Feels like time just flies by. Usually. Like we've been streaming for over 2 hours already. The only thing that makes it feel like we've been streaming that long is my mouth is getting dry from talking. we'll be coming into Amarillo here in just a couple minutes. And then from there, we'll continue a little bit further north to where we'll be stopping for the day, the night, whatever you want to call it. And we'll stage there and
60 through Amarillo, not 96.
what?
60 miles per hour through Amarillo, not 96, like we did last year.
Oh. You must be talking to Zach. Because I didn't drive through Amarillo last year.
You know, we should take Daniel to Top Golf.
Yeah, I would go. I mean, I don't even know how to golf, but I mean, I could try to hit the ball.
Oh, I absolutely suck at golf.
I've never been. I've played golf, but by different rules, and I'm not good at it.
What, you played highest score wins?
No. I mean, it was regular golf, but we played off best ball. But also, if you hit from the men's tee, if your ball didn't go past the women's tee, your next tee off had to be with your pants around your ankles. We were all highly intoxicated.
I honestly don't know if I even know how to hit the ball with the stick.
The only golf I've ever played is mini golf.
It's the same thing. You just hit it harder and farther.
I mean, we could try it.
I don't even know where there's a Top Golf at. I'm sure there's one in Amarillo somewhere.
They're all over the place in Oklahoma City, remember, because they've got that other one, like freaking Top Pin or whatever they call it too. But, oh, dude, Jesus Christ, could you imagine Dana going to Top Golf? He'd be trying to hit the little guy that has to run around in the golf cart and pick up the balls.
That actually sounds like a
That
lot
or
of
he'd
fun.
be yelling at us, going, "That is not safe."
So actually, speaking of that, I went with Reed at Charles Peak to Top Golf like 4 years ago, and Reed was a little intoxicated and was absolutely firing the balls directly at the guy that was picking him up out there and trying to hit him with the ball, but he did hit him a few times. I was pretty impressed.
Oh yeah, my vehicle has a lot of character.
I think most people do try to hit the little golf cart thing.
But yeah, that's probably why they had to put the like net around it or wrap it in the freaking like fence or the fence netting or whatever.
That's absolutely why they put a cage on it.
Oh. Stand by for some entertainment from my chat. This is good stuff. Severe cloud storms are out of this world technology, changing shapes of giant aliens, giant eyes. People who are abducted. Aliens can touch down with a lightning strike, dropping icy bacteria. During these storms, this is the time to take shelter. Watch out for trees and flying aliens. Aliens can touch down with a lightning strike.
Yeah, did you not know that? Come on, man. Everybody knows that.
So do you have some like idiot in your chat or what?
I don't know, it's entertaining. Whenever a storm chaser feed messes up during a storm, that means aliens are nearby manipulating the stream, exposing any wrongdoing on aliens. I don't know, seems logical to me.
No, usually I lose signal because I gotta do something illegal.
So a couple weeks ago,
I lost signal the other night in Manhattan because I needed a snack from Sonic.
I lost lost signal the other night, not too far away from there, because I had to make an illegal U-turn, and there was 3 signs that said you could not make an illegal U-turn, but there was nobody around, so I'm like, I'm just gonna make an illegal U-turn. Oh yeah, here's where that motorcycle cop was. Oh, I know where I'm at now.
Are you there already? Because I thought it was after the tunnel that goes under.
No, I'm pretty sure it was here. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I thought he was sitting like right over there, and then I said, "Hey, what do you think that damn cop's doing over there?" And you're like, "Probably pulling one of us over."
Sounds about right.
Could be. It may have been before the tunnel. I remember going into the tunnel. I just don't remember if it was before or after. Because I'm about to go through the tunnel here in just a second.
Alright, so a couple weeks ago I went camping with some of my family, and they had a mini golf course at the campground. So, you know, I played some mini golf, and I was not a quitter. I was not a cheater. I accidentally, on 2 separate mini golf holes, I accidentally hit the ball outside of, the boundary, and instead of taking a penalty stroke, I just kept playing, and by golly, one of them took 17 shots to get that golf ball back on the course, and to get...
I just got the notification that my dumbass room is ready.
It took 17 golf hits, but man, I got it. I ain't a quitter. I was like, no, I'm not taking a penalty shot. At some point, it like bounced off of a tree and was like 20 feet away from the edge of the course, and I was like, well, no giving up now. I'm committed.
It was terrible, and it's like, you know how many freaking nights I've stayed here? Like, come on.
I'll never be staying at that one again. Never, ever, 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 ever. As soon as I walked in and I saw 3 different brands of security cameras overlooking the front counter, wood paneling on the walls, and the glass behind the pool looked like somebody's head went through it, I was like, this is going to be bad.
Well, I don't understand how they can even be a Hampton Inn, because, like, they have to meet quality standards, and they're not meeting a single one of them.
I heard the absolute lady at the front desk this morning talking to someone else, saying that they had just acquired this property at some point and they were going to be doing a full remodel in the next couple months or something, but I don't know how they could still be a Hilton and that brand name with standards like that currently.
Makes you wonder if that's why they just don't care and they just kind of let it go. They just acquired it. They're like, don't even bother trying to fix it.
Yeah, probably so.
You know, now that that's not good. No wonder that cop told me I needed all 3 guns. Did you see the Camry back there that somebody like stole the wheels off of?
All 4 of them?
Yeah, like some sort of chop shop shit going on back there. They got the thing up on blocks. It's missing its headlights, part of the front clip.
Yeah, I mean, the clouds are pretty on this drive, and like, there's nothing really special going on. It's how the clouds look right now, so heck.
Yeah, I'm really upset because I usually enjoy staying in Lubbock. I didn't enjoy it last night. But I will tell you what, though, the other Hampton Inn is great. And that's the one that I thought we were booking. I didn't realize we were booking that one. Like, I just saw Hampton Inn, and I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And it wasn't the one I thought it was.
Just a heads up, your speed limit's about to drop to 30.
It's too cold for the motorcycle unit.
Yeah, I didn't get fully refunded. I got a partial, which ended up being like, I think like 60% of the cost of the hotel room last night. But yes, I got a refund.
just hit every single one of those lights at green. Like they would all be red until right before I got to them and turned green.
I just can't believe we got shafted out of our West Texas day.
No, it was very sad. Very sad.
They did increase the size of the slight risk tomorrow and included, or the next day, and included more of the panhandle, so maybe it'll shift west.
That'd be nice. I like the panhandle.
But yeah, I was not on the phone with them for long this morning. Like, I called the Hilton customer support number, whatever, that I got on the email saying, hey, did you enjoy your stay? And I was like, no, I did not. And I called that number, and the original person that answered the phone, I briefly explained the concerns I had, and then they transferred me to their not customer support. I think it was like the customer relations department or something. And they were like, they felt so bad. They were like, oh, we are so sorry that this happened. And it was, yeah. Oh, shoot. I gotta get over here.
Looks like I get to hit every one of these lights red.
I managed to hit every one of them green somehow. I'm very proud of myself for that timing.
Timing. Looks like we may be in the same light cycle pattern that Zach had. We are hitting every one of these green. Alright, yeah, just keep it rolling. Come on, we got this. Alright, don't break the pattern now. Oh, that one's yellow. Come on, we gotta keep going, otherwise we're gonna miss these. Alright. We're still good. Still good. I guarantee you, if we were on some sort of tornado-warned storm or something right now, we would have hit every single one of those red lights. I guarantee it. But since we're not in a rush right now, we're hitting every one of them green. It's just how it goes. Typically. Why are we slowing down so much here? So it is 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, so school speed limit is in effect. we never stopped. We kept slightly rolling, so we still technically got this green light. Oh, I think we went over one lane. Don't think we had to. Oh, nope, we're gonna hit one red light. Alright, I'm okay with that. 1 out of what? 12? I can deal with that. And we have got 132 people watching right now. That's impressive. Thanks everyone for joining in.
A wad of $20 bills. Like, she's probably got more cash than I do.
I missed the beginning of that.
Oh, guaranteed.
Let's see, is this vehicle gonna cut in front of us? Nope, guess they really are taking that exit. Well, thanks to the first-time watchers who are tuning in. Hope you guys join us tomorrow again for actual storm chase. This was just a impromptu, quick little, hey, there's something in the area, and now we're just driving to reposition for tomorrow. But I think we'll see something really, really cool tomorrow. I truly do. So I hope to see a lot of you guys back and see what we can find in eastern Colorado. But we'll keep streaming for a bit here. We got a little ways to drive yet. Heck, even now we got kind of cool looking clouds on the camera. Honestly, this afternoon could not have gone any better as far as where we were streaming from and what we could have seen. Like, it could not have been any better. And I'm absolutely loving it. I haven't had to turn either the heat or the air conditioning on. It's like a perfect temperature right now. It's 64 degrees outside. Still some showers north of us, or northwest of us. So we might encounter those in a little bit too and get even more pretty views of the clouds. And so far, the drivers that I have encountered on the road today have been acceptable. Which is always a nice surprise. Like we'll probably be streaming for about another 40 minutes, I'd say. I mean, I'd love to keep streaming longer, but that's... I don't know, maybe we'll find something to keep streaming when we get there. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just a guy with the camera. This red truck over. There we go. It's a semi, as Daniel would say. It's a semi-trailer. Texas right now. There's that one storm south of Fort Stockton that's severe warned right now. It's got some pretty structure on it, but oh well. Nothing that would justify driving down there before tomorrow, so I'm happy. really pretty out here, let me tell you. Yeah, both tomorrow and Friday I think will be really cool chase days. And I'm looking forward to both thoroughly. For the most part, we're traveling together. I think Daniel is still in Amarillo trying to get his computer fixed. Zach is a couple miles ahead of me. Vince is a couple miles behind me, but we're all within like 20 minutes of each other. Because we all kind of split up this morning. And then we all kind of reconvened, so yeah. Tell you what, it's a lot more enjoyable when you have a couple of close friends out here chasing. Like when I was first chasing, like the drives were some of the worst part because there's nothing to do. You're just like driving by yourself everywhere. And then, you know, meet up with people, you travel in groups together, you get a radio and you talk to them. It makes time go by a lot faster and it makes it a lot more enjoyable. And when you're out chasing like by yourself, there's always that feeling like in the back of your mind, there's always that thought like if something like goes wrong out here, like the vehicle breaks down or something, I'm kind of in trouble. But when you have other people out here that you know, it's like if something goes wrong, yeah, it's definitely an inconvenience, but you're not like completely stranded. We help each other out. So like a couple weeks ago when Taylor was like, oh, I've got a flat tire. And what do you know? He rode with Zach in his vehicle for a little bit, and then we all circled back to his vehicle and helped him put on his spare tire. Guaranteed. I could not ask for a better group to be in. You really can. I would not have it any other way. It's a fun group most of the time. It's serious when it needs to be, and we do what has to be done. Sam, that is a very good question. And let me tell you, the answer is a little complicated. Trying to think of how to explain this in a good way for you. Situation is different from someone, let's say Taylor. I do not have a typical 9 to 5 job or whatever in the off time. When I'm not chasing, I have a part-time job that allows me to be extremely flexible with time. I don't have to really give any notice of how much time off I need. But ideally, it would be great to be able to do this, quote, full time. But at this point, I kind of am doing it full time, just not earning enough money from chasing to have it be the primary source of income. It's supplemented with my other job that I do in the off time. So yes and no. Don't know if that helped answer your question or made it more confusing. But, heck, streams like today definitely help out. We've got 100 people watching me literally drive down the road with no storms going on within, 60 miles of us, and we're just repositioning. We've got 100 people watching. Definitely helps out not only the YouTube algorithm, it helps generate income too from having people watch the content. So obviously wouldn't be able to be out here streaming if there weren't people watching it. So thanks for watching, I guess. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I wanted to be out for these couple days, because on days like a couple days ago, moderate risk, everyone and their brother is out chasing. Everyone. There are probably hundreds of people live streaming a storm chase. So the people that are interested in watching storm chasing, for example, there's a pool of people that are let's just say there's 10,000 people that regularly watch Storm Chasers. If there's 200 people streaming and 100 of them are big name people streaming, the pool of people is spread out between all of them, obviously. But when there's fewer people out chasing on these lower end days, there's higher likelihood of more engagement, more reach for the streamer, because there's, quote, I don't want to call it competition, but, quote, there's less competition, in quotation marks. There's less competition for the audience, the consumer, basically. So it's a very fine line of trying to see what days would be best for increasing your audience, engagement, your followers, subscribers, all that stuff, and realizing that, yeah, there's a day 2 marginal risk, but it looks like absolutely garbage and nothing's going to happen, and no one's watching anyway because there's nothing happening. So it's an ever-changing balancing act that you're trying to figure out and calculate. And oh yeah, a lot of times the low end days do end up working out better, especially because you have both you and the audience have such low expectations of what to expect that day. If, for example, a couple of days ago, it was like, oh my goodness, there's a potential tornado outbreak. So then people are watching the stream looking for a tornado outbreak. When they don't see people having tornadoes on their stream, they're like, well, I'm not interested in that. But then you find the people and the audience that like the streamer and the content for what it is, not necessarily what's being shown on the camera at all times. Because even during a tornado outbreak, for example, a streamer will have a tornado on camera for a very small percentage of the duration of the stream, for the most part, unless it's like a long track violent tornado or something like that. But on low end days, it's like, oh, maybe something will happen, maybe it doesn't, and then you get a super pretty storm. It's like, wow, did not expect that, and then people are pleasantly surprised and are more prone to watch the stream longer. Instead of just clicking in, oh, there's no tornado, I'm going to go find someone else that does have a tornado on the stream, or a better view of this, or whatever. And sometimes there isn't anyone with a better view of the storm. Sometimes there isn't someone with a tornado on the stream because there's nothing happening. Oh, we just hit a tumbleweed. And on lower end days, those are the days you typically find audience members, but it's the typical days that audience members find a channel and like this. Hold on. What was that?
So I wonder if it's still very dry out here, or if they've had enough rain, because I'm starting to see plenty of CGs.
I think there's like a level 1 elevated risk for fire risk today, but I could be mistaken. But yeah, typically on the lower end days, you seem to find the audience members that'll be the long-term channel supporters and not the people just looking for the next clickbait video, or, again, tune into a stream for 2 minutes, oh, there's no tornado, whatever. it's not good audience retention on those big days a lot of times. On the lower end days, you typically are able to engage with the audience more, like today. Able to engage with the audience more and get more long-term supporters and recurring viewers because they like what they see, opposed to people that only tune in on high-risk days and are looking for a tornado. Yes, R.I.P. Tumbleweed. I don't know if he's stuck in the grill or not. We'll have to check when we stop.
Bob's got one on the shoulder over here.
Is it you?
No.
Damn.
It's a head cat.
So it's stolen?
I doubt it. I didn't see a felony takedown.
Do you think that just driving one of those is probably what cost me pull over?
Close. It's definitely a reasonable suspicion.
What about the FICO 300? I feel like that's just an automatic, like, you're going to jail.
Yeah, that's about the same. Reasonable suspicion.
Yeah, like a couple days ago, we had that absolutely gorgeous storm
So where does the probable cause come from all of those?
east of, like, I think it was east of Goodland. Like, we had the most beautiful supercell I have ever seen in my entire life. I would take that over a tornado any day of the week. Any day of the week, I would take that storm over a tornado. If someone's out here to only see tornadoes, they're going to be disappointed on 95% of the days. Because a lot of days don't produce tornadoes. And even on days that do produce tornadoes, the chance of you being in the exact position to see the tornado is not necessarily the greatest. Yes, that can be, the chances of that portion can be decreased based on, how well you're interpreting radar, how well you're forecasting the event, and just how things transpire. But even, for example, a couple days ago, there was that tornado that was by Grand Island. I missed that tornado by about 5 minutes. There was a tornado, but just because there's a tornado doesn't mean I would see it. So if I was only out here to see tornadoes, I would have been extremely disappointed that day because, well, there was a tornado, but I didn't see it. Yes, it's obviously disappointing that I didn't see the tornado, but it's not like I'm depressed because, everyone got to see the tornado except me. It's like, you move on. You have to move on.
Being pursued.
Thank you, Joe. Looks like you're helping reach the goal. Much appreciated. There we go. Thank you, Joe. Goal is complete.
What's funny is that none of this is actually a joke here.
No, not at all. That's where you come in behind the car fitting that description we just talked about, like all those things combined. Before you even turn your blue lights on, you're like, yep, I'm northbound on 87. Go ahead and try to.
I think it should be okay to just throw a brick at the car. Like, you get something matching that description and you know what's gonna happen. I think you should be able to just pull up like you're gonna pass, but just chuck a brick out the window. There you go, you passed.
just a heads up, Vince, the cop that pulled over that car, that other vehicle, just left, so he may be looking for someone new.
We had Star Chase, to where if we thought a car was going to run, we could pull up behind it and shoot it with a GPS dart before we turned our blue lights on.
Have you seen the grappler that now that it's becoming more mainstream apparently keeps causing a bunch of car accidents because it's like ripping parts of the car off and then like of the car that it's attached to?
Thank
like,
you for the
like,
super
it's
chat
like
as well.
ripping chunks of it off.
Much appreciated, everyone.
There was one that they used it in Wisconsin or something. It's on YouTube, and it just absolutely sent the cop in the ditch and like ripped half of the bumper off.
Yeah, it's the same company that makes the Star Chase darts. They're pretty cool, though.
I mean, good old just running them off of the road never did Arkansas State Police any wrong. If it ain't broke, go fix it.
I'm going to be honest with you. If you are trained well enough in pit maneuvers and you have one of those, if you have a pit bumper on like you do, like on your Durango, as long as you do it like you're supposed to, you won't even scratch that push bumper. You'll never touch it. Or never scratch it, I mean.
Right, the problem is stripper burn. Just
Thank you for the assistance with the gas prices fund. That's very much appreciated, because yeah,
Follow through.
it's definitely expensive. Gas is expensive enough when you're out here chasing
no, you can't. So why not?
when the gas prices are even lower, but
I mean, if you need
It's
a new car, just
definitely more painful to fill up when you're driving this many miles.
I support that. Like if somebody like shooting at the cops or robbed a bank or stole a car, I fully support that. Like get them off the freaking road.
Now what are they talking about? Still talking about pit maneuvers?
I remember one night we were chasing a car. The sergeant at the time was like, "Go ahead and put him in the ditch." And I you heard my body camera. I started yelling. I'm like, "No, no, no! I've got the oldest car. Let me do it."
We had a 35-mile-an-hour pursuit in our county. Nothing happens in our county. Like 2 years ago, and it was the guys last year, Sergeant Bigger, and he looked like Deputy Dog from that freaking TV show. Like that's how he looked and sounded. Like I'm dead serious. But freaking floppy ears, looked like a dog. But he ran over the spike strips. So I think this is the only time that they've ever used spike strips in our county, like ever in history. And he's like, "Oh, you better get out in front of them and put out the spike strips if you can figure that out." And at some point, a guy went up ahead and threw out the spike strips, and he missed the spike strips, but Sergeant Bigger had no problem running them over and getting 4 flat tires and putting his own car in the ditch.
Oh man.
I just pulled into the hotel. I think I could be wrong. This may be Roger's tour group that's here.
Oh, God, I hope it's Roger's tour group and not that other dumbass group.
It doesn't have any markings on it. It's just got GMRS antennas and Texas tags.
Yep.
Oh, if it's Texas, then it's probably that stupid twister or whatever.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
No, they're unmarked.
Thanks for
Interesting.
popping in, Mike.
Is Roger not out of Texas, or is he out of Colorado?
Colorado.
Couldn't remember. Well, these are definitely out of Texas, but they're unmarked, so it's not the Twister winners.
It's better than the guy with the cattle guard on his roof.
Well, welcome, Painless. Thanks for the membership.
Oh, I had
Thanks
to think
for
about
joining.
that for a second. That almost went over my head.
It'll probably go over your head again as soon as they hit 60 miles an hour and you're behind them.
It might.
So we unfortunately, we might be
I
about
saw that vehicle a few times.
we might be about ready to start winding things down because we're almost to where we're going to be stopping, and doesn't look like there's really anything else to even go explore.
Where's this place at? Oh, there, right up.
I'm gonna say it's right on the side of the road.
So, as much as I'd love to keep things going, I think we're about ready to wind things down. But we will definitely be back tomorrow with Storm Chase stream. So, I hope to see many of you there. So I'm gonna find a place to just pull off up here if I can talk, and just get things wound down for you guys here. Yeah, thanks to everyone who tuned in today. It was a really fun stream. Got to see some pretty clouds up for the drive. Made the drive go really quick. So thanks to everyone who watched, new subscribers, channel memberships, super chats. It's all greatly appreciated. So we'll be live again I'm trying to think of what time tomorrow. Probably early to mid-afternoon would be my guess. Early to mid-afternoon from likely East Central Colorado. And thanks, Joe, for the additional super chat right at the end here.
That's why that guy was honking at me and pointing at me like I was retarded.
So, again, thanks so much, everyone. And I will see you guys tomorrow.